Games keep us together. They also pull us apart. They also can have no effect. So, kinda neutral overall. Microsoft's sudden closure of 3 studios, Hi-Fi Rush developer Tango Gameworks, Redfall studio Arcane Austin, and Mighty Doom's Alpha Dog Games, were just the beginning, according to Bloomberg's Jason Schreier. More studios are likely to be shorn from the vine as part of a widespread cost-cutting initiative underway at Xbox, where executives seem strangely surprised they've spread a little thin after snatching up game companies like they're in the bathroom tissue aisle in March 2020. Backlash against the studio closures was inflamed when head of Xbox Game Studios and apparent treasure enthusiast Matt Booty reportedly said during a meeting that Xbox needs smaller games that give us prestige and awards. But that sounds exactly like a description for Hi-Fi Rush, the game made by the studio they just closed. But according to the developers themselves, while that game felt smaller, it actually involved a sizable team with a decent budget. You see, Xbox is talking about tiny games, like they could run on the Rabbit R1 and not work. Tom Warren at The Verge reports that internally at Xbox, the future of Game Pass is unclear. Staff are debating whether to bring Call of Duty titles to the service and increase the price again, or bring more titles like the upcoming Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 to other platforms like PS5. What's clear is that Xbox, like the game industry as a whole right now, is becoming more risk averse. I mean, they took a risk on buying the new game studios, but then they chickened out. It's like if you challenged me to a 1v1 and then at the last second wiped me off the map and completely won. Wait, that's not. No sooner did Nintendo confirm a Switch successor than specs for the console appeared courtesy of shipping manifests analyzed by members of the Family Boards and Reset Era forums. If the reports are accurate, the Switch 2 will have 12 gigabytes of LPDDR5X RAM, 256 gigabytes of UFS 3.1 storage, and will be powered by an NVIDIA T239 processor, a heavily rumored customized variant of NVIDIA's existing T234 chip, which has shown up in leaks for years. And now, I almost kinda know that it's real.
Things can maybe possibly come true.
Wow. Parts of the leak also suggest that the Switch 2 could feature backwards compatibility with Switch 1 games, but if you play any of them, Nintendo will sue you. The console reportedly has a larger 8-inch display as shown in this mock-up on Twitter, and let's hope it rings true when Nintendo reveals the console next spring. Although company president Shuntaro Furukawa implied in an earnings call that the console would not launch before March 2025. What would you rather have, the Switch 2 or the Switch 2 rumor meme industrial complex? The correct answer is Steam Deck. Sony's PlayStation Network sign-in requirement for Helldivers 2 went off so swimmingly that they're expanding their Screw PC Gamers in Certain Regions program to other games. Former PS5 exclusive and current PC game, Ghost of Tsushima, requires a PSN account to play the Legends multiplayer mode. And since PSN accounts are impossible to create in certain regions without a VPN, Game E retailer Green Man Gaming has apparently removed the game from sale and refunded pre-orders from customers in those regions. Now, despite listening to fans and reversing the sudden addition of a PSN account requirement for Helldivers 2, that game is still currently delisted from sale in 177 regions. Arrowhead Games CEO Johan Pillestedt is trying to fix that while fielding calls from players to reinstate the studio's community manager, who was fired for making tone-deaf remarks on Discord, implying that upset gamers should refund and leave. It's all a bit of a mess, but what's clear is that Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony are doing a fantastic job auditioning for the reboot of the Three Stooges. I think they'll get the part. I also think you'll get a great phone deal from our sponsor, Tello, the mobile company offering more data and lowering their prices for every single plan. With Tello's unlimited plan, you get a host of features like free international calls to 60+ countries, free hotspot and tethering, and unlimited 2G data after you've used your 35 gigabytes of 4G LTE/5G balance for just $25 a month. Oh, and forget those binding contracts. With Tello, there's no bulk buying, there's no advance or annual payment, no contracts, just pure flexibility to build your own phone plan the way you like it. Say Tello to your new phone plan at the link below. Oh man, you know when you're almost dead in the game and then you turn a corner and oh, there's a health pack? Yeah, that's QuickBits. BIGMODE, the publishing company started by a funny little guy called Video Game Donkey, he makes videos on YouTube, yeah, has released its first game, Animal. Well, stupid. An ominous and unique Metroidvania that's getting pretty frickin' good reviews. It's made by sole developer by day and notorious outlaw by night, Billy Basso. It's a great name. And in addition to giving gamers and critics a good time, it's proving that YouTubers do maybe have viable career options to consider in case their meme power starts to wane. So, that's a relief. ASUS has announced a successor to the ROG Ally gaming handheld called the ROG Ally X. However, it's less of a sequel and more of a revision. It has the same 7-inch LCD display and AMD Z1 Extreme processor, but with some added battery life, a black color variant, and a more repair-friendly design. According to the tease, the X in ROG Ally X stands for Extra, Extend, Expand. You know, I was worried they were ripping off Xbox's branding there for a second, but it sounds like they're going for more of a gas station male enhancement vibe, so that's good to see.
The X stands for the exhaust isn't gonna fry the SD card anymore.
Please. Oh my God, Phil Spencer has been nuked in Fallout 76. Call the police. Yep, the Xbox chief was apparently minding his own business when some fellow Fallout 76 enjoyer decided to launch a nuke centered on Phil Pickles' camp. His in-game base of operations he probably spent hours building. Some have speculated the move is in response to Microsoft closing those studios we were talking about earlier in the video. And to be fair, Fill Out New Vegas hasn't made a single statement about the closures. I mean, we can't really blame some impassioned wastelander from making a statement of their own, Oppenheimer style. It's there, it's an option. According to a recent survey from the Pew Research Foundation, around 85% of teens from 13 to 17 identified themselves as video game players, but only 40% identified themselves as gamers. And if you're wondering what the difference is there, also roughly 40% said that they play video games every day and that their gaming habits negatively affect their sleep. I'm beginning to notice a pattern. A significant number of teens also said that video games improved their problem solving and cooperation skills, their bonds with friends, and their mental health. Though around 80% said that bullying is a problem in video games, in part because I keep calling them noobs and bragging about having sex with their moms.
Riley, how dare you bully 80% of American teens?
It's a formative experience, you gotta deal with it. I don't wanna lie to them. And Fortnite has temporarily disabled a Yoda backpack cosmetic originally added as part of a May 4th tie-in. See, it turns out that doing the Zoidberg Scuttle emote while wearing everyone's favorite elderly space muppet would cause Yoda's face to spaghettify like you dropped him into a black hole and crashed the game. New force power just dropped. Developers have also pulled the Dagobah Luke skin and disassembled C-3PO cosmetic, presumably out of an abundance of caution. We don't know what the Force is doing right now. Incidentally, the Zoidberg Scuttle is my main move in the bedroom with your mom.
All of your moms.
But you'd better scuttle on back here next Tuesday for more gaming news. You're always welcome, no matter how many claws and legs you might have. Get that carapace back here. Okay, we're crabs.